This is a story that will haunt you. 3 boys, teenager, fresh out of secondary school. These boys have actually chosen childhood for terror, and it's actually going to be very, very brutal for them. But the most important thing is that they were caught, and I'm going to narrate everything and how it all went, how they engaged themselves in crime at this age. In Osun State, they moved from murder to kidnapping, from kidnapping to ritual killing. I'm beginning to wonder what was in these children's mind that made them engage or indulge themselves in such crime. Listen, these boys did not grow in the slum of horror films. They were kids who passed exams, wore school uniforms, and laughed with friends, but unknowingly to those ones around them that their heart was as strong as the lion. These teenagers learned a very dangerous lie that quick money could give them power, could give them cars, and could also provide for their shelter. The price was a human sacrifice. So the police in Osun State arrested 3 suspects after they noticed a pattern. Missing children, frightened motorcyclists, and whispers about the size of human skulls around that vicinity. The suspects, Sadiq, Samson, and a 3rd boy whose name is going to remain unnamed here. These boys were all teenagers. According to interrogations, things escalated quickly, from blocking motorcyclists for petty cash to kidnapping to murder. Now let me tell you one of the attacks they confessed to. It began as extortion. They stopped a young Okada rider, and the plan initially was not to kill this man. The man named Musa actually stopped when they stopped him, and they were trying to threaten him, just to threaten him and collect 5,500 naira. But in the long run, it escalated. This man started to notice that these people were armed robbers, and he decided to attack just to prevent himself from being robbed. And this man all of a sudden brought out a weapon and decided to fight back. The struggle would get intense. It was as if this man was going to overpower these 2 teenagers. One of them, which is Sadiq, brought out a cutlass and hit this Musa at the back of his neck, and hit him multiple times, and the man fell down still breathing. Then Samson realized that this man was still breathing. In order to cover up all the tracks, he held Musa on his neck and gave him a final cut, and that was what led to Musa's death immediately. It was actually a horror scene. These 2 teenagers actually confessed to journalists that their intention was not to kill this Okada rider at first, and this wasn't their first time of extorting money from Okada riders. This is just their 2nd time. The first one was an Okada rider that actually, was passing, and they decided to block him, ask him for money. But this time around, this Okada rider didn't even have any time to struggle with them. He just gave them 4,000 naira. And they took it and went away without any harm to the Okada man. The most sickening part, and this is what actually made this case so unthinkable, is the murder of a 5-year-old child. I am actually not going to turn this into a spectacle, but I am going to tell you what is important in this true crime story. The story the boys gave to police. They claimed the ritual was promised. Riches, quick money, protections, blah blah blah. They said they had been told between the skulls, the bones of the vulnerables, and these guys began to hunt for easy targets, those who could be led away with little notice. That night, a child was taken. No journalist should dramatize a child's death. So guys, I think I will be blunt. Yes, I will be blunt. This child was kidnapped and never came back. According to the suspect's record statement, this child was taken to a secluded area where these boys believe ritual act could bring them wealth. What followed was something very, very horrible. It is an eyesore, and I don't think I will begin to say such things right now on this platform because it was all violent. They did what they had to do with this little girl, and later they said they were scared. So in order for them to cover up all their evil acts, they had to hide the body of this little girl. After the child went missing, community push, relatives reported the disappearance of that child, and police immediately took a swift action. One thing I like about the Nigerian police is that they really know their job. When it comes to murder case and ritual case, they really know their job. Sometimes they may become so weird, but in this case, I think they actually did their best to make sure they tracked down these 3 teenagers, and luckily for the police, they were caught. Samson, one of the boys, later told police the truth in pieces. He admitted they had stopped an Okada rider, Musa, to harass him and collect money. You won't believe these boys tried to make it seem like a self-defense. Who is going to believe these boys that they were actually trying to protect themselves by defending themselves? Who is actually going to believe that? The police even came out with statements that these boys were into skull mining, so many kind of horror activities, they were into, and right now they were caught, and this is what they had to say concerning the whole thing that they have been doing. So why would 3 teenagers slip into this madness? Today the internet shows gossip and quick way to make money. What do you expect from these teenage boys to learn? I am not in any way glorifying what they did. Is actually bad. There is nothing can justify you killing another human for money ritual or for any other reason. But I think peer pressure pushes the brave to prove themselves. If you are not smart enough, you might easily get pressured by the whole things happening around us today. Community leaders and police were honest on camera. Poverty alone doesn't explain everything. They blame social decay, a generation losing hope, and the fact that rituals and superstitions are still used to justify violence. This case is a wake-up call. The victims are not just the ones killed and kidnapped. The real victim is a community that allowed teenagers to quietly disappear into criminal rings. Parents who entrusted their children to the road, to the market, to the school, they are grieving now. After the arrest, police have made several moves, recovering of items, tracing where the boys claim to have sold skulls, and opening an inquiry to anyone who might have encouraged these boys to indulge in such activities like criminal activities. At the end of the day, the boys faced multiple charges: criminal, murder, extortion, and a lot more. These 3 boys will definitely face the law, but the bigger question is whether our community will change so that other boys don't follow their footsteps. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your perception concerning this crime story. If you have anything to say or you have anything to talk about, just let us know in the comment below, and don't forget to share this video if you actually learned something from it. Don't forget to share to your loved ones, share to your family, and mind you, if you don't turn on post notification bell on this channel, you won't be able to get any notification once we post a new video. So in order for you to do yourself good, you have to turn on post notification bell icon so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be the first to get alert. And also going to see you guys in our next video, and the next one is actually going to be what you can't even imagine. It's very horror. All right guys, stay safe out there.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n ìwọ fẹ́ gba kí lórúkọ ẹ̀gbọ́n tó fẹ́ gba Sodiq agbowówó ẹ̀ bí ti òun 55 bí ti ọlọ́kadà ń ṣe yọ weapon yẹn dagger wípé òun máa ṣáwà bóun máa ṣe anything bí àtẹ̀ní mind pé a máa pa ọlọ́kadà yẹn bí a kàn máa fi ń dẹ́rùbà a kàn máa fi ń harass wọn pé kọ́ lè mú owó lẹ́nu bí tẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn ṣe ṣá lọ́rùn yẹn bí tẹ̀ ṣá wọ́n ṣá ìgbà tó wá rí pé kò tí kú tán mo á yí lọ́rùn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọlọ́ni kì í àméjì níjọ́ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì dédé.
alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ yẹn báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀?
alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ yẹn àpá ọlọ́kadà yẹn akọ̀dó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
apá abọ́lẹ̀ ti ṣe yẹn.
ọ̀nà ẹ̀rí náà níbẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ níbo lọ́lọ́rin yẹn gangan ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ibo ló wà?
ní Pẹ̀rú náà ni.
ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìkẹ́nnẹ́ ló máa jẹ́ yẹn àbí?
ti Pẹ̀rú.
ní ọ̀nà ẹ̀rí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
ọ̀nà ẹ̀rí ṣé odò níbẹ̀ ni báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ ẹ̀rí?
ọ̀nà ibi odò náà níbẹ̀ ọ̀nà ibi odò.
ṣé kò kí ń sáwọn èèyàn tó ń gbàgbẹ́ kọjá ni àbí wọ́n forí dáwọn ẹni kò fi dá?
rárá.
kò sí sáwọn èèyàn tó ń gbàgbẹ́ kọjá kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí?
ọdún àwọn Samson.
orúkọ mi ni Adébáyọ̀ Sodiq.
Adébáyọ̀ Sodiq
láti ìlú Ìpẹ́rù sà. láti ìlú Ìpẹ́rù Ògùn state. láti ìlú Ìpẹ́rù Ògùn state. nǹkan tó gbọ́ adébí àgbà machine lọ́wọ́ àbókí tó kọ́ ẹ̀ jẹ́ Musa àbókí lórúkọ ọlọ́kadà yẹn. ìgbà tá a gba machine yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ a gba 4,500 lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àwa pa Sunugbo. ọ̀nà inú igbó ẹ̀rí ibẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Ìpẹ́rù. àméjì èmi àti Samson bẹ́ẹ̀. àkọ́kọ́ tá a kọ́kọ́ ṣe ìta gba 3,500 àpà yẹn òun ni eléyìí tó dà inú gbẹ́rù yẹn náà ni
Iṣẹ́ wo gan-an lẹ ń ṣe?
èmi ṣe jáde school ní sà Àjàgbé high school
Àdàgbà school níbo
bẹ́ẹ̀
níbẹ̀ wà?
Ìpẹ́rù.
Nípẹ̀rù.